going to have a YouTube live stream, and it's going to be a topic about why are you in YouTube? Why are you here in the YouTube community? What motivated you to start a YouTube channel? Since you started a YouTube channel, have you changed your mind and gone in a different direction? This is all about you and the choices that you've made and how long that you've decided to be in YouTube and how it's worked out for you. So I know for myself, for my own experience, I started on YouTube because I had a video to download. My granddaughter I had flown to California. I had visited. I got my granddaughter and we flew on an airplane back to Ohio. And I made a video with my device. I have a Samsung device. It's a tablet. And I filmed my granddaughter in the backyard, and I wanted to send it to her mother in California. Like, here's your child. Granny's being a good grandmother, and I'm taking care of her. And here she is on the swing set in my backyard. And well, I found out that I couldn't upload a video. It said the video is too long. It can't be uploaded. I couldn't upload it into Facebook and set the privacy setting to family only, because in my family, we don't allow our children to be seen in Facebook. We don't allow our children to be seen on YouTube because there are people that are undesirable and you do not want to expose your children to that. So what we did was you upload the video, the 2-minute video to YouTube, and then you send it. And that way, my daughter-in-law, my son's wife, my granddaughter's mother could have a video. So that's how I got started in YouTube. It was a technicality. It was to make a video that someone else in another state could watch. And the only way of doing that was to put it on YouTube right away. Hey, Shonda Davis. I am so glad you are here. Let me real quick go over here, honey, and get you a blue jacket. I am really, really new with this kind of thing. I have to mute it here. Okay, Shonda, let me find you again. Here we go. Add moderator. I need you as a moderator, honey. Hello, Ely's Adventures Vlogs. Ely, I have a question for you. I made a community post and showed a picture, a snapshot picture of the $5 that I sent to that email address, and it shows it wasn't claimed by you. I've made a community post, and I took a picture of my computer screen, and so obviously the email address that you provided, because it was like ELLECO something. And so, if you have a hard feeling about that you don't have your $5 winning, I know that that was on a different live stream and that you were the winner and you were not present. And I sent the $5 to the email address that you share on Penis Habit. She said you drop your link all the time to she said Ely's Adventures Vlogs drops his PayPal link all the time on my channel. His link is there. And so I went and copied and pasted the link. Okay, so he says, no, the right email address. Okay. All right, so I'll look at that. No hard feelings. Okay, I'll resubmit that again. Let me write that down because I know I got close. It's lowercase ELLEE co at outlook.com.au. So ELLEECOCO at outlook.com.au. And so that would be your email address too. Okay. So I'll take care of that. So I know today I made just a little video. I'm older. I'm 63. I'm 68 inches tall, and I am put some weight on. We're not allowed to use the word COVID on YouTube. I didn't know that, so I'll call it the I don't know what to call it. The thing we're all getting vaccinated for, right? We're getting vaccinated so that we don't get sick. Now in 2020, I had the disease. I have a letter, an official letter by certified mail from the county health department that shows that I was positive. I know I was positive. I took an ambulance. I was in the hospital and I was very sick. And since then, it's not, I no longer refer to it as the VID 19. I refer to it as the VID 20 because I put 20 pounds on. I put 20 pounds of weight on since we all went into lockdown, since we all went into isolation. You know, people weren't coming in my house. Nobody wanted to catch my germs. Nobody wanted to breathe my air. And so, you know, it's time now. It's 2021. Now I got to deal with the fact that I got 20 pounds of weight on my gut. And so I went and instead of trying to hide it all the time, you know, like you want to hide it. You don't want anyone to see that you put 20 pounds on. I just took a tape measure. I put it around my waist and I said, my waist is this much inches. I am 5 foot, which is 60 inches, 68 inches tall. I'm this old. I weigh this much. And I don't want to be this weight. I don't want to have that waist measurement. So I need to do something about it. So I'm just confronting the reality, right, Shonda? Instead of hiding it, and it's like the real deal. The real deal with Shonda Davis. You know, it's not Chandra, because the computer always tries to spell check it, make it differently. But it's like, I went from 171 pounds in April down 1 pound in May to 170. And that's 1 pound that I'm not putting back on my body. You know, that pound is gone and it's gone for good. I'm only going to weigh myself one time a month. I'm going to go to the hospital and get on the scale and weigh myself. And, you know, the inches matter a lot to me, how many inches I can get off my middle. And they're going to open up the swimming pool this year, 2021. The pool is going to be open. Last year in 2020, there was no outdoor swimming pool where I live. There was no outdoor recreation. You know, it was, everybody was staying home with a mask on if they left the house. And so now it's time to get back out there and deal with life now that the infection has already come, infected me, is gone. And, and I have to take care of that. And one of the things that happened was after I got I made one Facebook post about having the infection, and somebody, used that information to kind of manipulate my situation. Like when you live alone and you've got an infectious disease and people are afraid of it, and people aren't coming over, people aren't knocking on the door saying, hey, can I cook you dinner? Can I help you? Can I go shopping for you? No, everybody's like, hey, we don't want it. I don't want to breathe your air. I don't want to, come in your house. Stay away from me. Take your germs and stay away from me. And so, I still have a little bit of shortness of breath, but a lot of it too is there was a lot of fatigue. The sense of taste was completely gone. It was like really weird because when food doesn't taste what you expect, like if you took a banana and bit into a banana, you expect it to taste like a piece of fruit. Like, okay, that's going to taste like a banana, but it doesn't taste like that. And so you bite into a piece of bacon. Well, that doesn't taste like bacon either. What does it taste like? I don't know. It tastes weird. It's very different. It's like cardboard or something. And so with my taste buds were so out of whack with food, I found that the only thing that I could really taste was something very, very hot, something very, very spicy, like, jalapenos, chili peppers, those Doritos they have it's called Flamin' Hot, Flamin, Flamin' Hot Doritos with lemons. It's like, it's got that red chili pepper powder on it. That I could taste. And so I was taking dried peppers and shaking it and putting it on my food. I was putting jalapenos on things. I was doing all kinds of stuff, and spicing up my food, which that's okay. I mean, peppers are real high in vitamin C. And so that was one of the side effects of getting the COVID infection. And again, see, I just said the word. I heard you're not allowed to say that word on YouTube. I didn't even know that. I guess if I don't use the 19 behind it, but I got vaccinated in 2021. I'm in America. I'm in the United States of America. I live in the state of Ohio. I live in the city area of Dayton, Ohio, which is like the southwest corner. And I'm a veteran. I served 14 plus years in the Navy. So the VA hospital supplies a lot of my medical care, and they had the vaccine, the Moderna vaccine. And I went in and I got the Moderna vaccine. The first one, I had a sore arm. I took some ibuprofen. I got the shot. 4 hours later, my arm was sore. Okay, no big deal. I got the ibuprofen on board. You wait a day or two, the soreness goes away. And then you wait, I think it was 3 weeks for Moderna. I'm not sure. I think it was 3 weeks. And then you get the second shot. The second shot, I felt a little sicker. Oh, Alex, you like Canton and Youngstown. Yeah, I know Youngstown. And that's cool. That's cool that you are aware of this area here. We have the second shot made me a little sick, for like 17 hours. I had like fever and chills, and I stayed in bed. I drank some chicken broth, and that was what I did. And then I felt better again. But that was my choice. In Ohio, the state law, you're not required to have to get the vaccine. I just knew that I wanted to get vaccinated, so I got a little bit. Well, you already had the disease. Yeah, I had the disease, so I have antibodies. But the Centers for Disease Control doesn't say if you have the disease, you don't need the immunization. That's not what they said. President Trump had the disease of the infection, and he got the vaccine, in the White House in the United States of America before he left office. He just didn't tell his people that he did that. He's more a little tricky about, doesn't want anybody to know that he took the vaccine. So I've got that done. So now I'm just a matter of, you got it twice. Yeah. See, it's a brand new virus. So it's not like you only get it once and you have antibodies to it and you can't get sick again. There are people who get sick more than once. That's why I went ahead and took the vaccination, so that my body would produce more and more antibodies, and hopefully I wouldn't get a terrible case and end up flat on my stomach in the intensive care unit with a tube down my throat. Nobody wants that. Who wants to be on a ventilator? I was a registered nurse. I worked in intensive care unit. I took care of patients. Most of my ICU patients were on ventilators. They had IV drips, 3-4 drips going. And, you weigh the pros and cons, and then everybody has to make their own decision. It's like, I'm not going to shove my decision on you. Don't force your decision on me. I chose to get vaccinated. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for being here, honey. Thank you. And Chris Cal, hi. Thank you for being here and agreeing to moderate. Shonda, we'll talk later, but there is a community post about the ladies, the ladies who lunch on Friday. And I've got, I know it just looks like it's just a little card, but each of you is so unique and different. I wanted each of you to have one of these. Like, I could mail them to you, and then you could mail them to the others. I understand people are cautious about, YouTube. I don't want her to know where I live. Well, you just send an address to my email address, and then on the back of these you can get a free box. You scan it somehow with your phone. I don't understand barcodes and scanning things. It just says you want a free box. But I thought it would be fun for all of you, for Bailey, for Bethany, for Frugal Mama, and for Shonda, to have a little card. And it's just my way of kind of, being in your life, being in your wallet, being in your purse, being inside your purse in a little envelope somewhere. Just, is that I just want you to have it, because I really like you guys, like big time like you, because I've been looking for a place where real people who have real feelings and real emotions are talking to each other. I need personal contact with other people, because I live alone and I have my dogs. And, last week, I guess it was last week, Thursday, that I was so upset, and I don't want to talk about it again and get upset, because then, I know people don't want to hear that. They just I had talked about the cucumber and the pickle, and then I found out that he was dead. I was just devastated. I couldn't believe it. I went down to the Dayton National Cemetery and found where he's interned, and found his ashes and put my hand on the spot. And, sometimes we find out about a death months or later, after it happens. But he died in 2018, but I didn't find out about it until 2021. I just found out about it last week. I think it's been maybe 1 week now. It's been 1 week that I've lived with the knowledge that he's dead. Hi, Jessica. Thank you so much for being here. It's, I love you. You're up in Canada, and I just love you. I love your channel. I love your inspirational messages. And, I just wanted to say about why am I here? I'm here to meet people. I'm here to connect with people. I'm here to make human to human connections with another human being that I feel like I can talk to And does it have to progress into a personal relationship? No, it doesn't have to progress into, you move in to my neighborhood and we see each other. I understand, like, there's Zoom chats and there's emails and there's other forms of communication, with people. But going on someone's live stream, it feels to me emotionally, it's like I'm looking at you on the laptop screen. I'm looking at your face. I'm looking in your eyes. I'm speaking to you. You're speaking back to me. And I feel like I'm having a intimate conversation with you. And that is what I've been looking for in the land of YouTube. I do live alone with 2 dogs, and there's, I guess, a reason. Let me see what this one says. It says your message is held for review. Shonda, can you look at what Alice expressed Shorts, why perhaps that message was held for review? Because I need you as a moderator to take care of that for me. Can you do that, Shonda Davis? I don't know why his comment was held for review. Well, thank you, Jessica. I feel that way with you. Like, I like spending time in your live stream, and it's like I got a feel for who you are as a person. And I think the camera does expose us. And it's like when I met Bethany, I saw her talking about finding out about her father's death, that her father, her biological father, the family did not notify her that her father had died. And she went onto YouTube and she talked about that. Like, I didn't know my dad died. He was married to my mother. I'm his daughter. He got married to another woman. He had some children there. And then, when you're talking about men who have like 3 baby mamas is what they call it now. It's a baby mama. You have babies with a woman. You may or may not get married, but the children are your children. They look at you. You're my father. This is my mother. Now you got married again. So those are my half brothers, my half sisters, my step brothers, the step sisters. I don't know, but anyhow, the point of that was that she was talking about, she found out her father was dead. Nobody told her when he died. She found out later, and then she had to deal with how she feels about that. And she had to deal with what does that mean about her family? Like the dysfunctional part of the family where wife number 1, like look at Donald Trump. He's married 3 times. He's got wife number 1 and he's got 3 children with wife number 1. He's got 1 child with wife number 2, and he's got 1 child with wife number 3. So each of those those brothers and sisters, it's like they all have the same father. All 5 of those kids have the same dad. 3 have 1 mother. 1 has a different mother and the other one. So, that just kind of is like the way things are nowadays, that sometimes things are a little messy. But, I'm not going to monopolize the whole time here on my YouTube live about death. I'm just saying that as a human being, like it's not just to come on YouTube and be happy and high five and I'm positive and I'm eating vegetables and I'm eating rice and I'm losing weight and I got a new pair of shoes and look at my unboxing and let's tell a joke. Some of us want to talk about how we feel. Like, I want to talk about how I feel today. I want to talk about how are you feeling today? What's going on with you? Are your children healthy? Are your children sick? God forbid, have you lost a child? Are you sad? Are you happy? what's going on with you? I want to know who you are. If you're married, how many kids you have, what kind of animals or pets you have in your life, like kind of what's going on in your world on a daily, weekly kind of basis, and find those people and make contact with those people, because I don't have that in my life now. When I was a teenager, I had friends that I hung out with, that I saw after school, and it's like, we're going to have a family a reunion, a school reunion. I graduated high school in 1975. That's like, gosh, 1975, that's 25 years plus 21 years. That's 46 years. And this year, we were supposed to have our reunion last year, and it got canceled because of the virus. And so in July of this year, we're going to have a place, and we're going to have a barn. And I can see the people I went to high school and, have that reunion, and I'll get to see real live people again. The swimming pool, we're going to have Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I'm going to go down to the Dayton National Cemetery and see my friend. I can't tell you how painful it was to find out that he was dead, because I always thought that I would see him one more time. I always thought that there was going to be that conversation where it was like, I really loved him. And unfortunately for me, that wasn't the man that I married. The man I loved didn't want to be a married man. The man that I fell in love with did not want to marry anyone. And he would say, if I had to get married, Joanne, if I had to get married, I would marry you. Well, that doesn't help me. That didn't help me when I was 21. That didn't help me when I was 22. That didn't help me when I was 23. He doesn't want to be a married man. He's not going to be the father of my children. We're not going to have a baby together. We're not going to have a life together. So, those were the cards that I was dealt. I was dealt the cards of meeting someone and having that romantic, intense, passionate love for someone. And they reciprocate that, and they say, I love you. I love you. You're beautiful. And I'm so happy being with you, and you take care of me, and you cook for me, and we share a bed, but there isn't going to be a marriage out of that situation. And it was heartbreaking. It was really, really heartbreaking it's like God shows you, God lets you see, smell, and touch someone, and shows you how good it can be as a woman. Like that, there's that song with Carole King where she says, you make me feel like a natural woman, and she's just a natural woman, and it's like, when you feel that way and then it's taken away from you, and it's like you don't get that back. You don't get that back again. And I don't know how to live, with the knowledge. And so I've just been staying busy. I've just been making videos of being outside in the yard, and I cut the rose bushes down because it's like I don't want to see the pretty rose bushes, I don't want to see the pretty pink rose bushes, and I don't want to see people smiling. It's like I hurt too much to see you smile. Like if I go on YouTube and there's a live stream and you're laughing and you're smiling, it's like it's almost offensive to me. Like I'm in so much pain and I'm so sad that I can't stand to see other people's happiness. I don't know what to do except to, you know, like stay in my home and mow the grass and cut the trims and cut the, I'm just working. I'm just chopping wood. I'm cleaning house. I'm doing laundry. I am staying so busy. I am like frantically staying busy so that I can burn calories and I can work off the amount of emotional pain that I'm in, because I don't know how to handle this kind of grief. And so I'm telling myself every day, like, I got dressed, I'm drinking water. I had a big lunch. I went to a Japanese restaurant, had a nice, healthy lunch with chicken and broccoli and cabbage and mushrooms and the soup, and then the sushi rolls, and then that's my food, that's my whole. And then I work some more, and then I got my weed whacker to run. I got the gasoline in the weed whacker and used that around the yard, and then I made a fire, and I put wood in the fire. And every day I have to stay so busy. And I don't know how long this is going to be. I don't know how long it will be like this, but I do know that I can only do my best. And like, I have the coconut water. You can see the pieces of coconut floating in it, and it tastes so good because it has the potassium in it. It has the sodium in it. And I just thank you, Malay TV. How can we help? It's just to be with you. Yeah, just be. The fact that you're here. Now I'm getting a watch hour. I have a few people in my live stream, and that will help me with my watch hours. Because I have 3,623 hours. I need some more hours before I hit 4,000. And it's not about just when I turn yours on, like when I go to YouTube on this tablet, and then I go to like my friend's channel, and I can do the search thing, and I'll go to Sean T. Uber, right? And I click on the bird, uh, Sunny, his bird, and then I just go to the playlist up here, and then you can just watch, and you see how the line is red. Well, the line is always going to be red because I've already watched that video. So it'd be like I would be lying to my friend if I made a post that said, I just watched all of your videos today. I didn't. I didn't watch 58 of those videos. You can see like here 52, 53, and people don't, some of these are 1 minute or something, and they're shorts. And I guess the shorts that you make don't count on our watch hours. But he had a live stream. Like if I go to the videos, he had a 5-hour live stream, so I can replay the live stream. That it was 5 hours and 33 minutes. 2 days ago, I went to that live stream, but I was only there for a little bit of time because it's hard for me right now. It's just very hard for me even to be around people on YouTube in a live stream. Right. Jessica Love, see, that's, to me, it's all about the connection. And it's not about watching him to give him watch hours. It's about, I'm not going to lie and deceive someone and say, let's swap a playlist. And I play your playlist for 27 hours and my playlist is 6 hours. We didn't agree that we're going to watch so much hour, like 10 hours for 10 hours. It's not a business deal for me. It's nothing about a business deal. And, it's about me looking at your children and your wife and looking at your bird. And then, I had that first giveaway where I had the little sheep, the CERTA counting sheep, the pink one, for the breast cancer. And he won. And I was so happy, that he agreed to gives me the address and I can mail that to him, and he won, and how wonderful that was to know that toy, his little girl carried that toy around. But it really bothers me when people know that, like, if you didn't know any better and you'd see the red line, just because you watched it once, it doesn't mean like the hours come up again. You have to go to YouTube, your channel, and then you click on YouTube Studio. And on the computer, at least on the laptop, you can go over to that place called monetization. It tells me how many subscribers I have. And then it tells me how many hours I have toward monetization. So if someone says, I ran your playlist, but the hours don't count, it's because, did you run the playlist with the volume muted? Because that doesn't work. That doesn't count. Right. It's hard to get revenue on YouTube, even if you're monetized. I think that it's about more like, it's a goal. Everyone wants to get 1,000 subscribers. That's the minimum. You want that 1,000, and then you want to get the watch hours. It's almost like getting a little badge, like okay, you have an official YouTube channel, you're monetized, because I don't think I'm going to put ads on my channel. It would just be, to have that, what's that creator studio called? Patreon or Super Chat, or, the different things that you can do when you're It's like getting to 1,000 subscribers. I was able to have a community post. And the first post I made was about the lady who sings. She has a channel called Song for Anna. And I did a community post because she was, has a live stream every single day, for like 5 hours. She comes on and entertains people and sings for people. And she has the patience of a saint, AdSense. Yeah, that's the commercial things. Like, I know, like if I go to a growth stream where you're in the live chat and you're clicking on links and stuff, and then you look at what are they doing on their channel. I'm already connected to them, I'm subscribed to them, but let me watch their newest video. And then when you come back into the live chat room, you get a commercial, and I stay and I watch that commercial because the person whose channel I'm on, they got 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours so that they could make some money. And I understand that people are doing Uber driving, and people are doing like that where you call and say, I want food. Would you go pick the food up for me? And at least in my country, there are some jobs that came up as a result of the pandemic, and then there's jobs that went away. And I know that right up the street there's a McDonald's restaurant, and they have those drinks, those coffee drinks, like with the caramel, and they're cold. And I don't drink coffee every day. I can't go. My body can't handle coffee, so I don't wake up in the morning and have 2-3 cups of coffee like most people do to wake up. And so to me, getting a coffee drink is a real treat. And the McDonald's says now hiring $15 an hour, to work at McDonald's. And it's like they're finally increasing the wage to a living wage where people can make some money. Because like if someone is married and they have 2 children, now the husband has a job and the children are in school, maybe they're back in school now, and then the mother needs to earn some money too. She needs to help support her family. And people can't live on $11 an hour or 12 or 13. I had a home health aide that comes to my house via a contract I got through the federal government. Like I said, I was in the United States Navy for like 4 years, and then 4 more years, and then 6 years. That was my career choice. And because of something that happened to me while I was on active duty, it's called a service-related disability, where I got, injured, and that disability is covered. And so I get a home health aide. Oh, Shonda, you gonna go to bed, honey? I know it's late. Well, tonight it's Thursday morning technically, so I'll see you Friday at lunch. And please go to the community post and drop me an email so I can mail these to you, and you can get them to the other ladies or something. I love you. I don't know why I'm so connected to you guys, but it's like you're the first people that like I got really connected to as a group. Like it's like that, like Friends, where they have the 3 women. They have Rachel and Phoebe, and one of them is neurotic and one is this, and it's like when you take each individual woman and then put them together in a group, as a group, they each have a little bit of something that makes the whole thing. Like if you could take a little bit of all 4 of you and wrap it into one package, it would be just great. And I met Bethany first, and then I met Bailey, and then I connected with you just through the Real Deal thing, and you were like, your audio was kind of off funny that day, and you were like, oh, Gathering Place just gave me everything. That Gathering Place, and it was because I was like being myself. I was completely being just myself, and you guys were laughing, and you were like accepting me, because normally if I be myself, if I act like how I really am and say what I think and show my feelings, people look at me and they like look at me, and then there's like this judgment thing that goes on about, wow, did she really say that? Or, I can't believe she said that. Or like, wow, like, like I'm inappropriate or something. And it's like, it's just difficult to find people that like your authentic self. And it's like, it's such a challenge in today's world to be authentic, to be real. Like, I don't want to just act like I'm something that's fake and that's not me. I don't want to be a fake Joanne. I don't want to be a fake Gathering Place. I just want to be my real self. I have a wicked sense of humor. I love to laugh. I joke about being an old woman and needing to put a diaper in my underwear sometimes because, when I cough, I pee a little, and it's just something that happens with old age, and it's nothing for me to be ashamed of or embarrassed about. It is what it is, And I got really angry the other day, and maybe this too is just because I'm finding out that Carlos is dead, and I'm upset, and I'm lashing out. I don't know. It's someone was trying to manipulate me, and they were manipulating me, only I didn't know they were manipulating me. And then when I figured it out, I was really angry. It's like, gosh, they're lying to me. They're saying things that aren't true to get something from me. And then when they get it from me, and then I ask, well, I don't see this showing up in my public watch hours. What happened? And they're like, oh, well, the computer was down, it rained, or this happened. And they're just feeding me a bullshit story, and it's terrible. It's terrible when someone's lying to you, and it's like, are you going to confront the person, or are you just going to pretend? I'm going to pretend I believe you so that you can save face, and I don't have to be uncomfortable, and then we don't have to have this discussion, and it's like, there are people like, Ely's Adventures vlogs. I'm concerned. I'm worried for him. I want to protect him. It's like, I want to protect him because when he goes on a live stream, somebody came on and flashed their genitals. And I don't think that was funny. I don't think there's one thing funny about that. That's like a sexual perversion to show your privates, It's like, that's not acceptable at all. And like, when you have the camera set up on this live streaming or StreamYards, you can see whoever wants to come into your live chat and look at them and make sure that's who you know. Like, I know what Jessica Love looks like. She's a woman. She's got a certain face, a certain voice. And like, people can make a fake avatar. Like, they look at that avatar and they can get the same picture like that. And it looks like it'll say Sean T. Uber, and it has a picture of Sunny. Well, they got a picture of a bird, but it's not Sunny. But you just glance at it, and then the channel name looks like it's the right channel name, and then it's a fake avatar. They're impersonating someone else, and then like, if you're not aware that this can even happen, you can have a conversation thinking you're talking to somebody, and it's not the person you're even talking to. I mean, I've heard of ninjas. I've heard of fake accounts, like having one person having 12 YouTube accounts, 12 email addresses, but to actually make a picture that looks like someone else and almost getting the channel name the same, that's like seriously messed up. Like, that's like, I don't know if it's called fraud or if it's called like identity theft, but there's things that go on in the computer world, like emails, Facebook, YouTube, what you guys call social media, Twitter. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I was doing, Jessica says lots of people have multiple accounts. Like, I have one Facebook account, and in that account, it's my my sister, my father, my brothers, my family, can communicate with me on Facebook. I can take one picture and then everybody can see it, and that's nice. It's nice when someone, like, you just wanted everybody to know that, hey, I've got the virus, you know, I'm positive for the virus and I'm in the hospital. You make one post and then everybody knows and they can call each other on the phone and figure out who's going to do what. Sean says some trolls can be friendly. They just like to goof around. Yeah, you know, I guess if the troll thinks it's funny and they just want to have an alternate identity and come and play, it just depends on is the person that they're playing with and goofing around, does the other person think it's funny? You know, Healthy Living with Wendy, thank you so much for being here. These are channels that I'm like just meeting and connecting with the women, you know, because that's real important to me. To find some women, and they don't even have to be my age actually to have the connection with them, but it's like I understand, like when Sean had like 3 guys up on the panel, I was watching that, and, you know, it was a 5-hour live stream, and you can watch maybe 2 hours of it here and then you pick up an hour of it over here. And today, Sean, I ran that for like 2 hours and 30 minutes on one device because I was in that part of the house. So I had you up on my YouTube television where I can stream with my Fire Stick. And then when I go out in the backyard and I'm outside, then I've got, you know, my tablet. And you know what my black dog looks like, Kona, the big black dog, you know, and he's on the avatar. And it's like, I don't make it a secret that is my account. I say GP, or for Gathering Place, like, hello, it's GP, or, you know, I'm running your playlist, but I'm running it on this account because I need my cell phone charged. The battery can't be dead, and I need, you know, to be able to receive a text message and a telephone call because I've got things going on right now. And I'm curious, you know, like if I log into this account on YouTube and then I have my TV as a guest playing something, will you get the 2 hours and 30 minutes from this device and from the TV? Will that count as 5 watch hours? Because I'm actually, yeah, you can be 2 places at once. You can be in the living room sitting in a chair and watching that on the TV, but then when you go outside in the backyard for 15 minutes, you want to be able to watch it on this thing. So, you know, I'm curious. I'll have to do a better test on that, you know, where I run just the long live streams on replays, and it doesn't hurt anybody. It's not like I'm skipping commercials or, you know, like the people paid money to advertise on your channel and somebody's getting ripped off. Jessica says I run playlists at night when I'm sleeping. You know, the volume has to be on. I heard that the volume has to be on. If you run a playlist at night, you can't have it muted. It has to have some level of volume, because I know, like, if I'm running a playlist and there's a dog barking in that video that's playing, you know, my 2 dogs wake up and they're going crazy, and I have to reassure them, like, you know, or fast forward it or get off that video and onto another. But watching a playlist is a great way to get a real feel for someone's channel. I think, like, my channel is all over the place. I have, okay, the volume has to be on when you play the videos, and you just put the headphones on. So then the volume comes through the headphones. So I don't have headphones. I know that there's little places along these devices where you can plug in. I just on my baby channel. Well, I don't know. I tend to be a very loyal kind of person. Like when I was in the military, I was very loyal to the United States of America, you know, loyal to the Navy. And I know that they started putting advertisements on my videos, and people are like, hey, you've got advertised. Congratulations, you're monetized. I'm like, no, I'm not monetized. yet. I don't have enough watch hours, but you know, they're YouTube is making the money, and if you know, YouTube could charge us. Just think about it. Like they could charge you like in 2021, January 2021. Hey, if you want to have a channel on YouTube, you pay us $10 a month for the privilege. Now, if you want to have a YouTube channel in February, maybe it's going to be 10 months again in February. What if the price goes up? I mean, there are people that just want to create. You just want to be able to make a video and let other people see it. To me, it's like sharing a part of your life, and like, well, what reason do I have to need to share? Well, there's no husband in the house, there's no brother, there's no sister, there's no mother, there's no father, there's no children, there's no little children, there's no grown children. I have the dogs, and I need to be able to speak to somebody, you know. I need to be able to feel like somebody, there's going to be a few people, like out of every 1,000 people that subscribe, you might find 10 or 15 that really connect to you. Like somehow or another, you recognize something in that other person, and you're like, I just want to know what's going on in your life. You know, I care about you. I want to follow you and see what's going on. And sometimes you get, what, I don't know if it's bored, or you get you know, if you think of YouTube channels as like restaurants, like you don't want to go to McDonald's every day, you don't want to go to Taco Bell every day, and you don't want to go to the Subway stop, you know. So it's like you need to have a variety. Roxanne, yeah, it's really early in the morning. It's 1:30 a.m. Yeah, 1SP. I think didn't I meet you through Pam's channel, like Cooking with Pam, when before she became Pam's Play. Hey, Randy Woods, I'm glad you're here tonight. I know you were a little concerned about me. I'm still very emotional, and I'm still doing the best I can, and I'm just staying some physically busy. You know, today it was trying to get that weed whacker, man, and you have to prime the fuel line, and then you have to pull the crank, you know. And for women's, like it's hard for us to pull those crank cords, you know. And it's like, and you go around with the weed whacker. And I have a Sears Craftsman, and that thing is really, really hard to get started. And, you know, you have to put the fuel mixtures 40-1. And then, so like I talked to my neighbor about a weed whacker. I talked to my friend about a weed whacker. I watched YouTube videos, and then my brother came over, and he said, buy a still or steel. Am I pronouncing it right? A steel, STIHL, and that's a brand manufacturing name for a weed whacker. And you know, I need one that's easier to turn on. And if I don't get a gasoline powered one, then you have the electric ones. Well, my yard is awful big. You know, I have a really long lot. I have a fence that goes, you know, that fence line, that whole line of fence needs the weed trimmer. And around like the rose bush, underneath the evergreen trees, where the big planter is that has the things to feed the birds with, put the bird seed in. All of those things need a weed whacker, or what I call an edger. That's how you get the edges. And because I live alone, I do the maintenance. I'm the one that cuts the grass. I cut the tree limbs. If the gutters need cleaned out, I go upstairs and climb outside a bedroom window and sit on my butt and very carefully go to the edge of the roof with a broom. And I have to do those things. There's no one else that's going to do them. Joanne has to do it. That's okay. I just do it smart and make sure I'm not going to get hurt. I'm not going to do anything silly or stupid where I'm going to fall off the roof and no one's going to be here to help me with my broken leg. And like I said, my brother came out and he needed to borrow a dog kennel because he got a puppy. And so he helped me get that thing started. And he's like, just buy a still, buy a still weed whacker. That the Sears Craftsman with the little blue wire, are notoriously difficult to start. They're just very temperamental because you prime the fuel line and you can see the gas going up and then the one for the return. And like I said, the mixture has to be 40-1. Yeah, home maintenance never ends. There's work inside. Like today, I do have people, Roxanne, I hire someone to clean my house because I don't want to do that. That's like, I would rather get on the riding lawnmower and cut tree limbs and dig holes. I would rather be outside doing things than dusting or mopping a floor. I used to clean my house and I used to keep my house very tidy and very nice. And then, then when you're 30 or 40 and 50, it's like, gosh, after you've done something 30 years, 40, you don't want to do it so much anymore. It's like cooking. You want to have healthy food to feed your child or your husband and your children. You want to be a good wife. And, okay, he says Echo and Still are best brand. Yeah, I think the STIHL, and then I'll write down Echo. Because really, you buy quality. You buy quality one time and it can last years. I'd rather buy something for $100 and it's going to last me for 5 years than buy something for $20 and it's only going to last me for 6 months. It's like you get what you pay for. It's the same thing with your vehicle, your car. Are you buying a car battery or car tires? And well, Sean, I have approached my neighbors, and I'm a good neighbor. Like when my neighbor's lawn got really tall and overgrown, I rode my riding lawnmower over there and said, hey, is your lawnmower down? Do you want to use mine? And he was like, hey, thank you, but I use a push mower and it helps me stay in shape and stay busy because he's in his 70s. But he helped me with explaining about the weed whacker, how that they're just funny about cranking them on, like getting them to turn over, whether you want the choke on and I just, I think an electric one would be easier to start. I just don't know about having an extension cord that long. That's going to be a long extension cord, but maybe I'll have two. Maybe I'll have two weed whackers. I'll have one that's gas for, one part of the yard, and then, or maybe I'll trade. Find somebody that, wants me to wash and dry and fold their clothes, and they'll come over and do along the fence line or something. I talked to my brother about he's got that little puppy he wants to train and wants to borrow the big dog kennel to put the puppy in so the puppy won't pee in his own kennel and will bark to want to go outside. And I was like, hey, do you want me to make you something in the crock pot? I could make you like a beef stew with carrots and potatoes and this, that, and the other. And then, I'd really appreciate if you bring your weed whacker over here and get this done because, it's been raining a lot and the grass grows really fast in Ohio. I'm glad you're here, Chris and Marilyn. Randy, yeah, everybody's here. Makeup Mom and Son, yeah, I've been in a lot of little live streams. Hey, Owen is here. Hey, Owen from Australia. Hey, dude. It's good to see you. It trips me out that I know people like from all these different countries with different accents, and it's a we all have different cultures and ways of eating, drinking, getting married, dying. Every culture has their own society, and then it's interesting. Yeah, Owen's a good guy. He was on that. What was that food challenge we all did? Was that the shrimp one with Penis Habit and the Osho and Blessed Life? And I think that was the shrimp one. I had those. And boy, I tell you, I just didn't feel good after just eating it wasn't like eating fast. I was eating real slow. I just started eating and I had like 20 of them or something. And it was like the sushi rolls. But I was like, that's the last time I'm ever going to do a challenge. It's like once was enough. But, oh, thank you, Makeup Mom and Son. Yeah, my playlist is all over the place. I mean, I have videos of Kona and Kara. I have videos of me out in the yard. I don't really go anywhere. Like I don't have like nice videos of the beach or boardwalks or like places where I'm visiting other states and other places. And it's again because in the last couple of years, with the pandemic, I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to travel at all. And I really want to go to, like, I'd love to go to the Florida Keys and see the clear ocean, or I'd love to go to Oahu or Molokai. I'd love to go to the islands or something. And I don't know if I'm being silly, but it's like if I think of going to Hawaii, I think I would like to meet that YouTube channel, The Hamsters. I would like just to sit down and have lunch with her. Hey, Halfwit Harvey, something tells me you're a troll. Maybe it's the channel name, Halfwit Harvey. I don't know who you are. Oh, yeah. Now, see, Brett, the Moderna, the second vaccination, yes. There are side effects. Grand Cayman Islands, yeah. That's the Turk and Caicos, I think, isn't it? Or am I just thinking wrong? I think it was the Turk and Caicos that they had the I know Oahu has clear water, like you look in the ocean and you can see your toes. Oh, Sean says Halfwit Harvey is a good guy. Okay. The name kind of cracks me up, Halfwit Harvey. I know I've seen that name too. That's like my, I have Village Idiot, which is like a Halfwit Harvey. I have the Village Idiot, which is a fun little channel name to have a little fun sometimes, but the main purpose is to run playlists and run watch hours to help people meet their goals. Oh, it's a British island between Jamaica and Cuba. Okay. See, I've never been to Jamaica. Cuba, I would love to visit. No, I'm not a troll. Your dogs are so well behaved. I was just on Hamster's panel. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love my dogs. Oh, hi, Blessed Life. Thank you for being here. I have a fan that says blessed on it. I was going to take a picture and do a community post because I think of you guys all the time. Hi, Patrick TV. Yeah, he says hello to the Osho and hello to Blessed Life. You had a live stream earlier today, some singing. I like putting that on the big TV. You can get, like, I don't know, it costs, I think it's like $64 a month or something, where you stream YouTube on your television so that you can, it's like you pay $19.99 for Netflix, and then I have the Fire Stick, and then I pretty much watch YouTube, and then even the news, everything kind of comes through YouTube now. I watch videos of music and spend a lot of hours a day there. I need to get ready for tomorrow. Busy clinic day, but wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, thank you so much, Makeup Mom and Son. I really appreciate you coming in. I know it's great when you can spend some time in a live chat with other people. Grandma Ducky. Grandma Ducky's in the house. Hi, honey. Thanks for being here. I gave threw a wrench at you right away, wasn't I? Doing the American thing where you have moderators in the chat to keep everybody happy. I just plug a cord from my laptop to my TV to watch YouTube. No extra fees. Yeah, I'm not good with different cords and like moving things. I keep the laptop down here, and then I have the cell phone, which of course has, big purposes, and this is the tablet, so it's easy to, log in and then just to run the playlist for people, and then you kind of have it over here, and you can kind of glance at it and make a comment from time to time. And sometimes I forget, like, well, I don't know if they recognize my dog Kona and understand that it's a gathering place, watching the video and talking to them, or they see the dog's face or not. But it's kind of funny. Yeah, I see Sean and Grandma Ducky, like Jay. Her name is Jai, and she has trouble sleeping. She's like me. She's a little older, like me. And then she has difficulty sleeping, so she runs those, what they call the silent live stream, and there'll be like those bubbles going across the screen. And then, so at 2:30 in the morning, I can like just type, "Hello, is anyone there?" And then maybe somebody types in at 2:40 and says, "Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Putt Putt King. Hi, how you doing, buddy?" He does the Friday night Family Feud game. I've got that Trivia Pursuit cards that have sports. You guys would like that. I think Sean, Uber, like, I wouldn't even have to send the whole game, the whole box. It's just like the deck of cards, but it's got them for everything from football to baseball to golf, and a lot of those are interesting questions. They can be really amusing to try and figure out what the trivia is. It's Yeah, I like trivia too. I like just the act of thinking, like the game where you put the words Scrabble, where you spell words out. Back in the old days, you know, you'd have a dictionary, and like if I put a word up like droll, DROLL, and someone says, ah, that's not a word, I challenge that, and they'd look it up in the dictionary, and then if it's a correct word and it's allowed, um, then they lose a turn because they didn't know it. I'm doing okay, Patrick. I had cried earlier on this stream, so I'm just not going to say anything because I don't want to start crying again because I'm just staying busy. I started eating again. I didn't eat for about 4 or 5 days. I've been drinking the uh, coconut water, and you know, you have the little pieces of coconut to chew up, and I uh, I went back to I went to the Japanese restaurant today. I ate food, and then yesterday I ate food. So Tuesday and Wednesday, and I might even eat there again tomorrow. Uh, it's it, it's a healthy choice for me. There's nothing fried. There's no dead cow, dead pig, no pork, no beef. You know, it's a little bit of shrimp protein, but lots and lots of prepared vegetables. And they know me in there because I was always getting carry out orders. Yeah, she can't sleep good after you die. I know grief is uh, we need those once you get yourself situated to where you can rest and get a little bit of sleep, and then it, like, be loving and kind to yourself, and you know, just drinking cans of coconut water. It's only 150 calories in a whole 16-ounce can, and but there's no, you know, there's no cornstarch, there's no sugar, there's none of these fake colors and everything. It's just it's what I can do right now. And then um, you know, I know that I was a nurse. I know you need nutrition, but on the same token, when you're sick, you know, we can't always eat when we're sick. And I think for me, because I had such an intense love for this person, and then because I was denied ever having to realize it in a mature relationship where, you know, I married someone else. I did marry someone else. I did become a mother, and it was like I never got to marry the person I wanted to. And that, you know, that's very sad. Hey, Cara. Hey, girl. They can see you. Oh my goodness, you're wet. Oh my goodness. You've been running around. It's not raining, is it? What? Go lay down. I didn't realize that the light is on. This is downstairs in the basement. You can see her on the couch. And then there's the tripod there. I'll have to do a little rearranging. Oh, Jessica, you lost your mom 9 months ago. Yeah. Boy, that's when my mother died. Yeah, that was the big one. That's like I think in our lives, the relationship we have with our mother is it's a very complicated, it's a very tricky relationship, and I think once you can't when you realize the finality of you can't have a conversation with that person again, if you have things that you wanted to say, you know, if you have unanswered questions or things, that's where I think things really, it's so painful when you have unfinished business. Yeah, Kara's a pretty well behaved dog. You know, she is a serial killer. She hunts and kills wild animals out here in the backyard because it's lots of big trees on this cul-de-sac. I mean, she killed a squirrel, a skunk, a raccoon, a big groundhog. The last thing she did was she brought an opossum in the house, thinking it was dead, but it was doing that fake fake death thing where an opossum, when it's under threat, its central nervous system shuts down, so it doesn't blink, it doesn't react to anything, and it looks like it's dead for all intents and purposes. So she didn't, she didn't like. There was no blood. She didn't cut the animal open with her teeth or anything. Jessica Love says, life is sure different now. YouTube keeps me going. Yeah, you betcha. It's important to have the people in YouTube to talk to, and like someone like me that says, gosh, it was 22 years ago my mother died, and to acknowledge that that's a deep loss, and that it takes time. I think the first year, Jessica, in all honesty, the first year is the hardest because there's going to be the first Christmas you don't buy her a present. There's going to be the first Mother's Day that you don't buy her a card, or you can buy her a card and leave it at the grave. The first time it's her birthday, the first time it's your birthday and your mom isn't calling you or giving you a present. So I the only words of encouragement I have for you, Jessica, is to say, it'll only be this bad one time. Like, you only have to live through the first Christmas one time. And like each of these holidays, it's going to feel bad, and it's going to feel bad in 2 years and 5 years. I mean, but it's never going to be as bad as it is right now, is what I'm trying to say. It's like this is the worst. It doesn't get any worse than this. And you just keep putting one foot, you put one foot in front of the other, right? You just like, I'm going to get out of bed. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to put my clothes on. I'm going to take my medicine. I'm going to have something to eat, and then if you need to look at pictures or talk to other family members, or, however it is that you process the reality, because I think with the 5 stages of grief, there's that disbelief where you don't believe it's true, like you can't accept it as reality. And sometimes if you don't get to have a viewing, it's harder to accept. And then, there's denial, and then there's bargaining, and then there's anger, and then there's sadness, and then there's acceptance. And I know I keep getting real angry, like really, really angry. Like I yesterday I took pruners and I whacked the heck out of those rose bushes. It was like the sight and the smell of them offended me, because it was like they were beautiful and happy, and it was like I didn't want beautiful and happy. It's like I'm unhappy, I'm sad, or I'm angry, and I just didn't want to see that. And the peony bushes are blooming, and it's like, those aren't my rose bushes. I didn't plant those rose bushes. The person that lived here loved those rose bushes, but I'm the one that's getting the thorns stuck on my skin. I'm the one that's trying to ride my mower around them. And it was like, I just went out and whacked them. I'm going to get a chainsaw. Like, you think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I can't wait to go to Home Depot and get me a chainsaw. I'm going to be just, I'm going to be cutting limbs off of trees left and right, Oh, wow, Jessica. I can't. I can't even imagine. You know, I have one child, and so that's a tough club. Parents who lose a child, yeah, that's a real tough club to be a member of. I know that man who's he had a TV show, uh, lived in the state of Florida. His little boy was abducted and murdered, and John Walsh, and his son Adam. You know, it's such a story. Yeah, I'm glad we have each other too, Jessica. I'm real glad. You know, like I listened to your inspirational. Let me let me let's see. I'm in live stream. Let me see here. I can give you a moderator, and then you can drop your link. I'm not really having a growth stream or like the promotion kind of thing, self promotion. I'm more about having conversations. But did that work? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you remember John Walsh's story. Yeah, his little boy Adam. I don't want to, just keep delving into negative things, but I mean, his wife went to Sears in the afternoon to buy 2 lamps, and they had a little toys place, and they had like some video games, and it was like her son is there, he's in the store, she talks to the woman about buying a lamp, she turns her head, now her son isn't in the store anymore, and she's like, well, he has to be around here somewhere. Well, the person that worked there put those kids outside. It was like the kids were too noisy or something. And little Adam Walsh was put outside a Sears department store in Florida, in the state of South, and a very bad man took that child and did very bad things, and and that's tough. I don't know how you survive with that. That's where the getting out of bed and putting your clothes on takes on new meaning. I mean, that's like if you can get dressed every day and get out of bed, you're doing good. I remember like the Chris Watts story with Shannon Watts and the 2 children. I mean, his Shannon Watts' mother, Rusek, the Rusek family are on YouTube, and they've been through so much. But people need to be careful. Like people in the YouTube community need to be very cautious and careful if you know someone is hurting, you need to be careful how you and you say, well, maybe you should stay off of YouTube. Well, I haven't been on very much in the last week. If I go to a live stream, I'll check in for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something. But I find that I'm just too. I keep getting angry, and oh wow, dog story, huh? That's why I'm at least with Kara. I mean, she kills wild animals. If she had even killed one cat in the neighborhood, I would have put a muzzle on her and kept her in an outdoor pen. But Kara, the veterinarian said, hey, as long as they're wild animals and we give her a rabies shot every year. She doesn't even get the 3-year rabies shot. She gets the one every 12 months. I'm going to have to do something with what's back there. I wasn't really aware of the basement showing on the YouTube camera. It's from my laptop up there. There's a little light. Well, I'm doing good. I've been on here for, gosh, I think 2 hours. RB's Place, hello. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with you. Probably Rhythm and Blues Place, huh? I listened to that. Is Carol like an attack dog or something? Putt King, she's not an attack dog. She's a domestic. She's a pity mix. She has an affinity. They call it prey. She has like a prey drive, which means if she sees a squirrel, she's going to run after it and chase it. She got a special status when the county animal shelter took her in. They evaluate animals, and they said this dog is a bite risk, and she cannot be adopted by any human being. She can't be adopted. We're going to euthanize her. Oh, R&B is your husband. Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny, Jessica. And so Kara was saved by me. I mean, I rescued her. I had to make a donation, a cash donation to a animal rescue, and said, this is the dog. They're going to euthanize her. I see something in her eyes. I think I like to give her a chance and see how she does, because I have a 6-foot fence and there are no children in the yard. There are no neighborhood children who can get in the yard because the gates are locked, signs are posted, and yeah, it has to be safe for the kids. And like I said, the neighborhood animals. She's not killing cats and dogs like from the neighborhood. It's wild animals. And the veterinarian said that if that's all she's killing, then that's okay. Because the squirrel has a chance to run and climb back up that tree. The raccoon can run and get up there, but they're aware that she's in the yard. This is her territory. She lives here, and she's the one who makes a decision to hunt them. And I mean, that's just like I have the bird feeders, and then I feed nuts to the squirrels, and birds of prey come down looking to kill the little are they chipmunks? The ones that have the little white little chipmunks that come down to eat the nuts like the squirrels. That's just how the animal world is. They don't go to McDonald's for breakfast. They have to hunt their meals. They have to hunt other animals and eat other animals to live. That's what a shark has to do, is he has to kill a fish in order to eat. And that's, we forget that sometimes. I think that about the animal world. Still watching. There's Nerilyn. There's my bestie, my best friend in YouTube there. I like meeting, younger people, and it's like you can look at people and they're in their 20s and 30s, and you think, gosh, these are the best years of your life. Usually it's like from 20 to 40, and getting older is different, but there's still a lot of fun things. Yeah, that's great, Patrick. Patrick, that's great that your dogs are rescued too, because I don't go buy a puppy. I don't buy a little puppy that someone had a breeding. I just take dogs that nobody else wants. Like, they had a home, they had somebody that loved them, they were in a family, and then something happened and they end up in a dog shelter. And it's like, if I can afford to pay your veterinarian bills and buy you quality food, this animal can live here for, small dogs live to be 15 and 18 years, and then the big dogs only live to be about 12, 13 years. And I keep a dog. I make a commitment to that dog. That's for life. Okay, Sonny the bird bit your mother and your wife's sister. Yeah, yeah. Birds perch on your finger, but they got that beak. That's painful. I've had parakeets bite me before. Yeah, I agree. It's sad for a dog. Like I had two dogs. Lily Ann was the girl, and Roman was the boy, and they were 12 years old, and they were in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is one state over. And the family that kept them for 12 years, I don't, I'm not going to make judgment because you can't love people if you judge people. Like if you look at people and judge them, like shame on you for turning your dogs in. I don't know what happened to them. I know that they took the time and trouble to find a no-kill shelter so that their animals would live, and then those animals were put on Facebook. And Marcy drove to Indiana and got the dogs and brought them to Ohio. And then another lady was the foster mother, and she had the dogs for 2 months. And then I agreed to take, the two dogs together, and they were going to live here until they were so old that, they can't walk anymore or have arthritis or something. And, when they got too sick, the sometimes the humane thing to do is to euthanize an animal when they're old and sick, not just because they're old, but I pay a lot of money to keep an animal healthy and get it medical care, and that's just where my heart is with the animals. It's easier for me to love animals than it is to love people. The um, Sometimes it's difficult to love people because they say things and they do things, and they hurt our feelings, and usually the animals kind of just give you unconditional love, and so I really like that. But thank you so much to everyone who came here, and for the 38 thumbs up, and for increasing my watch hours by being with me on this live stream. I think I need to go rest. Yeah, animals are part of the family. They're not the same as a child, and they don't take the relationship of the mother-son relationship. But and that's something else I want to say. While I'm here, I mean, it's not like everybody's going to know it, but it's not okay for me. Like when I watch Patrick on YouTube and he talks to me and I talk back to him or something, it really, I find it very offensive that anybody would think that my interest in him is anything other than as an older woman to a younger man who's singing, and his voice and the songs he chooses to sing. It's not okay that people look at that like it's a sleazy thing. I'm not on YouTube to pick up men or pick up women or to, fall in love. I'm here, to love people in the general sense of the word, like the pure love, where you just find things about them that you care about and you love them and you want to help them if you can, and only to the way you can help them. But it's like, don't ever accuse Gathering Place of having, like, what is the word, like where you have ulterior motives. It's I don't think it's funny at all. I don't find it amusing at all. It insults me, and it insults Patrick. I mean, he has a mother. I'm not his mother, but he's like, I'd like to be like your auntie or like some type of family member to you. But Anyway, again, thank you everyone for coming and for spending time with me. I know I'm very vulnerable right now. I'm very emotional right now. My emotions are kind of up and down and all over the place. And I am getting through this and I'm doing the best I can. And Jessica, my heart goes out to you too. I didn't, wasn't aware so much that you were grieving and yeah, we just need to keep eating, drinking, and resting, right? And this too shall pass. All things pass. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for helping me through this time. All right. Bye bye.